Oh, my hair. Hey everybody, I'm so excited because I got books! Yes! Yes! I didn't want to be so loud so my neighbors can't hear me. Yes, I didn't actually think I was going to do a book haul for this month because I've been kind of going through a book buying drought a little bit. Not a book buying ban. I did not want to not buy books, if that makes sense. The reason for that is because due to the weather here, it's been crazy. You know, we've been getting a lot of snow. I didn't want to drive 30, 45 miles just to Barnes & Noble's to get books on snowy, icy conditions on a highway, you know. So I was trying to be safe than sorry. But on a clear, sunny day, but cold, it was cold, I got books. Yeah, so this was on Sunday. I went to Barnes & Noble's, and then yesterday, another clear sunny day, but still cold. We've been kind of getting record-breaking cold here. About some more books, but at a different bookstore, which is closer to me. Yeah, I get it. I know you're thinking, why didn't you go to that bookstore closer to you? Okay, so the books that I got at Barnes & Noble's, I only got six books, and then I got 2 items that are actually Game of Thrones related, and if I have not said this already, big fan. Yeah, so at Barnes & Noble's, they had a little display of the Game of Thrones where they not only had the novels and the books, but they had other stuff. So the first one I got this big, huge poster of all the characters from the show. Check it out. And there's 40 different, 40 different, yep. It's cool that this is removable, so I can take them out of the book, but I'm not going to do that right now because I don't know where to put them right now. And then the other thing I got is the Wits and Wisdom of Tyrion Lannister, and he is the dwarf character in the books. This is just a booklet of all the different quotes, and there's some illustrations in here. Yeah, I've been trying to avoid the Dance with Dragons, the 5th book of the series, because I have not read that yet, which I will read pretty soon. Okay, and now on to the books that I'm going to show you guys. So first up, I got Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Rainbow Rowell. Yeah, so I read Fangirl, which I loved and enjoyed, and I said I really need to start reading her other books. So I got this one because everybody else has talked about this, they rave about this, and I heard a lot of good things about this book, and I cannot wait to read this. Actually, I think I might kind of make this as a book club pick of mine for either April or May. It looks kind of like a spring book to me. I'm thinking spring right now. Hi! Next, I got a couple of books. They're part of a series. And I got the last 3 books of what's known as the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning. That's how you pronounce it, I bet. That's what I read. And these, they're, I think, an urban fantasy, and they have fairies in it, so, or dark fantasy. Dark fantasy, urban fantasy, they're fantasy. 3rd book is Fae Fever. 4th book I got is Dream Fever. And the last book I got is Shadow Fever, and I don't know why this is a different cover. This is the only copy they have at Barnes & Noble. I have read the first 2 books, and the first 2 books, the first one is Dark Fever, and second is Blood Fever. And these are, I somewhat enjoy these books. And the whole gist of the series is about this girl named Michaela. She goes to Dublin, Ireland to kind of investigate her sister's murder on her own because the police made the case closed. But before she went to Dublin, she received this kind of disturbing voicemail from her sister, talking about this ancient book that Michaela has to find, and Michaela has no clue what she's talking about. And then once she's in Dublin, she starts kind of seeing strange things, and she finds out she is called a... I don't know how to pronounce it. Let me look at the glossary. A she-seer. That's what it's called. Yeah, she has the ability to see the fairies' true self during their glamour state, because they can glamour and they could kind of walk through with the humans. So these are kind of fairies you really don't want to go near. So the whole point of the series is for Michaela to kind of find this ancient book, because she, after finding out what she is, she can also sense the book's energy, I guess, and but the more closer she gets, the more she becomes weak and becomes ill and passes out, so she's trying to overcome that. And I just really wanted to see how it all ends. And then the last two books from Barnes & Nobles, these are just monster books. They're from the same author, and the reason why they're kind of big books is because they're actually like one series, and all the books of that series is just in one book. I think I explained that right. So like, the book that I got is called, I got Terry Brooks' The Sword of Shannara trilogy. So this is a trilogy and has all three of the books in one book. So that's why it's a monster book. And the books in this book, first one is The Sword of Shannara. Second is The Elfstones of Shannara. And the last one is The Wish Song of Shannara. These, of course, are very high fantasy books and very popular at that, so that's kind of why I got these. When I looked up all the books in this series, there's actually kind of like a prequel book, which I didn't get, so I'm going to have to try to find that book before kind of starting this one. Second book is The Heritage of Shannara. These are 4 books in all one. Yes, so there's going to be a lot of reading here. First book is The Scions of Shannara. Second is Druid of Shannara. Third is The Elf Queen of Shannara. And the fourth is The Talismans of Shannara. Ugh, it's a heavy book. So these are the only 2 that I got. I know there's like more to this series, or companion books, do you want to call them. I'm gonna actually kind of wait a while until I read these because they're just so huge. So then now I'm going to show you other books that I got. This is what I got from yesterday at this bookstore called Book World. Yes, that's what it's called. This is actually kind of a smaller bookstore though. And I was only there for just to get one book. But you know what happens when you go in a bookstore, you end up getting a lot than one. Yeah, so the book that I wanted to actually get, it's called The Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. Yes. There was a lot of hype to this book last month because it was made into a Lifetime movie, which I actually watched, and I actually liked it a little bit. I should warn you, if you guys are interested in this, that there is incest involved in this. Tragedy strikes on this kind of perfect family, and with their inheritance kind of at stake, the children have to be locked away in an attic, so like they never kind of existed, but the grandmother knows. And they think that they're going to be there for just a couple days, a little while, but the days kind of turn into weeks, and then the weeks turn into months, and the months turn into years. Are kind of surviving, especially towards their cruel grandmother. So I'm gonna give this book a try and see how if I like. I'm sure I'm gonna like it better than the movie. These are the books I don't really know too much about them, so I'm not really going to intricate details into these. This one I bought is called My Lady Madge. I think that's how you say it, by Alexis Morgan. This is a fantasy sci-fi book. I think more fantasy. Again, this is a first book. I think this is the first book. It's called Warriors of the Mist. That's what it's called, and I like to read books that has kind of female warriors in it, and I thought I could kind of give it a try, see if I like it. Next book I got is called Dodger by Terry Pratchett. And I know Terry Pratchett is also kind of like a sci-fi. I think he's more sci-fi author. I have never actually read anything by Terry Pratchett, so this is going to be my first book of his. And let's see. The book Dodger he's a sewer scavenger living in a squalor of Victorian London. Everyone who is nobody knows him. Anybody who is anybody doesn't. He used to know his own future. It involved a lot of brick-lined tunnels and plenty of filth. But when Dodger rescues a young girl from a beating, meets Charles Dickens, and encounters Sweeney Todd, things start to get really messy. Now everyone who is anyone wants to get their hands on Dodger. So I thought I'd give this a try, see if I like it. This is actually a prize award. Next book I got is The Paladin Prophecy. I thought this was a pretty cool cover. See the kind of mechanic, robotic spider there. Don't know too much about this book. This is a 2-book series. Because the other one is called Alliance. That's the second book. This is from Mark Frost. I just thought the cover looked pretty cool, and I don't really know too much about it. That's it. Next one I got is The Prince of Shadows by Rachel Kane. She's the author of the Morganville vampire novels. I have never read those. It's not really like a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. This is more of a telling of Romeo's cousin, Benvolio. Yes, Benvolio Montague. And he is a thief of a certain kind. And he meets Rosalind. Yeah, so I thought I'd just give it a try, see if I like it or not. Another one I got is called The Queen's Choice by Kayla Kluver. Okay, so this is book 1 of a trilogy called The Heirs of Chrior. Chrior. I think that's how you pronounce it. And what got me to buying this also is because it has fairies in it as well. From what I read, a girl named Anya learns that her aunt who is the queen of the fairy kingdom. Her aunt will soon die. Her grief is equaled only by her despair by the future of the kingdom. Anya's young cousin, Illumina, is unfit to rule, and Anya is determined not to take up the queen's mantle herself. Convinced that the only solution is to find Prince Zabriel, who long ago disappeared into the human realm of Warcombe, and persuade him to take up his rightful crown. Anya journeys into the Warcombe territory and bring him home. But her journey is doomed to be more harrowing than she ever could have imagined. Yeah, so I thought I'll give this a try as well. And then the last book I got is The Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson. I'm trying to get into his books because I also got Steelheart, which I haven't read yet. And this was actually a recommendation from Reagan from Peruse Project. She raved about this a lot. She recommended in one of her videos her top 5 recommendations of fantasy books, and this was one of them. So I thought I'd give it a try. I'm sure I'm going to like it. So those are all the books that I got from the 2 different bookstores. Like them if you guys like the books that I got. What else? Yeah, that's all I have to give for you guys. So hope I did actually better in this book haul than the first time. So I will see you in a next video pretty soon. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.